to jazz, you have a little rhyme or something like that, a little melody, and then the musician creates art at that exact moment. You are there. And the only thing that you can record it, of course, but else it's just recorded in there. So it's unique what you have been hearing. It's different the next time. I don't wholly agree in the concept of this 17 because what they're trying to do is making some great events, and I think what is really important is to show people what do we have here in Aarhus today and every day, and that's jazz and that's music as such, and that's art and everything.
Since the 1950s, the jazz scene in Aarhus has been an essential part of culture and the community.
Jazz in Aarhus, it means a lot. I meet a lot of people who love jazz, and well, I hear, of course, a lot of good musicians and good music. So it's music as such is a very, very big deal of my life.
With the European Cultural Capital City taking place, jazz events like this will be plentiful in Aarhus next year. Composer Michael Blatt believes Aarhus, as the capital city of culture, will be beneficial to the jazz community.
Yeah, I think of course the idea about rethinking is good because we have to do things a little different than we have been doing always. Because then you can keep the audience curious about what will happen, and yeah, if you just, repeating the kind of concerts everybody have been doing every time, then the interest will go down. A lot of my friends are, putting a lot of different kinds of music into their music and getting inspiration everywhere from. So there are no rules, you're allowed to do everything.
The Aarhus Jazz Orchestra will be taking part in the European Capital of Culture next year in events such as the Global Jazz Explorer.
We incorporate a lot of different cultures into our jazz orchestra. We want to combine different cultures with the Western classical jazz orchestra format. And we've done that with Indian classical music. We did a project last year called Bollywood Beats and Big Band, which will be coming back 2017. And we want the jazz to be something that is part of people's daily life. We want people to think about jazz as something that is here and now, and not something that was from the 70s or the 30s. We want it to be modern kind of music that people think of every day.
The traditional jazz, I think much of the young players, they are not very much into that, or not only into that, they're interested in a lot of other things as well. A lot of the guys are interested in classical music and modern classical music and composing. A lot of the guys are interested in music from Middle East or from all over the world, and they're putting their influences into jazz music.
Remember me whenever you're alone, and if it helps you to sleep.
Jazz is becoming more popular among younger musicians in Aarhus. Musicians such as John Riddle often see jazz as an opportunity to experiment.
Technically, there's different patterns and rhythms and keys and stuff like that. But I think the underlying theme of jazz is improvisation. And the fact that you can take a simple melody or a simple tune and make it your own, if you know what I mean. It's still one tune, but you play it in a certain way. It's not a question of how it should sound, it's a question of how you want to sound.
Understand what you go through, but with all the might that you really say.
The interesting thing is that it's a natural movement. It's not something that you need to do. You don't sit down and think, I have to write new music and it has to be new and exciting. It comes naturally. If it sounds old or something like that, that's still a genre and a period. For me, that doesn't matter. Music is music.
The Aarhus Jazzy Jam Sessions is a new event created by younger musicians. Its first event in October saw a full house, the audience members ranging from young to old.
So one of the real key ingredients, let's say, of jazz is the interaction, and that's also what you get in such a jam session amongst people. So it's not only on stage, but you make such a deep connection there that what happens next? People find each other, they talk to each other. Oh man, that was great, and we're gonna have to do this more often. Now, what do you do? Where do you study? So you get interaction right away, and that's what's happening. Like these days, whenever you go to a bar, everybody's on their cell phones, and I didn't see anybody there, except for like making photos to put up on Facebook, because it was such a great success there, and it was an amazing night. Well, we have to be honest, there's kind of a dusty image to it sometimes for some people. So it's a great thing. What's happening right now is that a lot of people are trying to merge these different styles. So you have hip-hop and jazz, or you have or rock and jazz, or soul and jazz. So it still has the jazz mindset, which is like make music in this moment and be interactive.
Of course, sometimes it doesn't work at all, but sometimes, and you can feel it from the musicians, and they can feel that we, the public, can feel it. And if that goes together, it's just heaven.